The mid-40s would see a minor shift in Ghost's place in the film world, with its inclusion in more fantasy-heavy films, as well as works of mystery. Granted, many of these movies were still hybrid comedies, by nature, but at least the tone of Ghost were starting to shift a bit more to its whimsical and high fantasy roots. Enter 1944's It Happened Tomorrow. In the 1890s, Lawrence Stevens, as played by Dick Powell, is an obituary writer unhappy in his job, who was given to him by a ghostly deceased newspaper man by the name of Pop Benson, a newspaper that has tomorrow's news in it. He uses that paper to write stories and get the scoop on other reports, but this also brings him under the suspicion of Police Inspector Mulrooney, who wants to know how Stevens always seems to know what's going to happen, when and where before it happens, mainly a robbery at a theater's box office during a performance. Things further go awry when Stevens finds out about his own impending death and must find a way to escape his own fate as well as being arrested. The same year, we would get another hybrid comedy with The Canterville Ghost, a 1944 fantasy comedy film directed by Jules Dessin, loosely based on the short story of the same title by Oscar Wilde. It starred Charles Lutton as a ghost doomed to haunt an English castle, and Robert Young as his American descendant called upon to perform an act of bravery to redeem him. It was remade as a TV series in the same name in 1986 and then again in 1996. With gradual steps, we would see this shift move more into mystery and drama with the film The Uninvited, not to be confused with its foreign horror counterpart or its several remakes. This one is an American supernatural mystery romance directed by Lewis Allen in his feature film debut. It's based upon the Dorothy McDowell novel Uneasy Freehold. The film stars Ray Milland, Ruth Hussey, and Donald Crisp, and introduces Gail Russell. Charles Lang was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Black and White Cinematography at the 17th Annual Academy Awards for the film. The following year, we would see the release of Blythe Spirit, a 1945 English fantasy comedy, film directed by David Lean, the screenplay by Lean, cinematographer Roland Neame, and associated producer Anthony Havelock Allen, is based upon producer Noel Coward's 1941 play of the same name, the title of which is derived from the line, "Hail to thee, blithe spirit, bird thou never wert," in the poem To a Skylark by Percy Blythe Shelley. The film features Kay Hammond and Margaret Rutherford in the roles they created in the original production, alongside with Rex Harrison and Constance Cummings in the lead parts of Charles and Ruth Cudmine. While not very successful at the time and a disappointing adaptation according to Coward himself, it has since come to be considered notable for its technical photography and Academy Award-winning visual effects in particular, and has been re-released several times, noticeably as one of the 10 early David Lean features restored by the British Film Institute for release in 2008. Join us next time as we continue down the road of horror.